Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am Jeffgrantmedia, and today we're going to be talking about the Evergoods MPL30. To start off, what does MPL mean? It means Mountain Panel Loader 30 liters. Mountain means just that. It's an outdoor backpack meant to be taken on hikes and day trips. You could load this out for maybe a day or two trip, but I don't think I'd take it in anything further than that. PL, panel loader. That simply means the way the bag opens up so you can get into it. Essentially, the front of the bag completely zippers open so you can access everything in the bag, even stuff all the way at the bottom. Okay, that's a little bit better. A little more comfortable, better audio, no heavy machinery running in the background or wicked echoes, and most of all, no more tweakers. Yes, you didn't see it because they came up from behind the camera, but two tweakers came walking into the building as I was filming, so I decided that was a good time to get out of there. A little strange, I've filmed there several times, done a couple exploration videos there, flown the drone there before, have always seen evidence of people living there, never seen a person there before today. So here we are, back in the basement to finish up the review.
The shell is made from a 420D HT nylon with PU coating. The black, well, that's a lint dog hair magnet, but fortunately for me, I've got the standard gray. To get a full spec rundown on the bag, head on over to evergoods.us.
Now, as always, we're going to start with the negative so we can end on a positive note.
The zippers, YKK. So, alright, these are pretty much the industry standard in zippers. And as YKK zippers go, they're generally stiff at first. But we have a bit of a sticking point or pinch point, if you will, on the left side of the bag. Now this is due to a thick seam being along the zipper path on the inside of the bag. It does seem to be loosening up a little bit, so over time this might become a non-issue, but then again it might continue to be an issue.
Now this one is a big one for me. There is no exterior water bottle holder.
Now the left side of the bag there's a carry handle, but on the right side of the bag there's plenty of ample space to put a pocket for a water bottle. One that's on the CHZ22 would fit perfectly here. But you might say there's a compression strap there that might get in the way of a bottle holder. But there are plenty of bags out there that have both compression straps and bottle holders on top of each other. Now, another con are these little side pockets that are on the bottom of the shoulder strap / waist strap. They're pretty small and actually kind of hard to access. You can't really fit much in them, and they're actually hard to unzip and zipper while you're wearing the bag. In this little clip here from the Evergoods video, they don't actually function that way. I've just thrown in a cell phone lens and some business cards because I use these sometimes, but I don't need to access them all the time, so it's a good place to keep them on me but out of the way. The hip belt. Now, I'm personally kind of indifferent to it. I don't really use a hip belt unless I'm out on a very long hike and I'm carrying a heavy load if I got a lot of water in my bag, but on this bag, it's just kind of in the way. I'd like to see a place to actually stash it or remove it. Some people like to stick it in these side pockets because, again, they're not really good for too much else, but that just looks messy. My simple solution was I used some cable wraps that I had laying around. I just rolled them in, strapped them down. They're not really in the way at all.
Heading inside the bag,
the taper design of the bag itself. This isn't so much a lasting negative, but if you've never used a bag with a tapered design, it's something that you're gonna have to get used to. A lot of things don't fit snugly all the way to the bottom of the bag, so you're gonna have to deal with that and figure out your own packing methods. But on the plus side, the taper design really fits the body well. It makes this bag very, very comfortable to wear. So really, you just gotta figure out your way of packing your bag so you can get everything that you need for your daily carry or your hike or your mountaineering excursion into the bag without having a lot of dead space at the bottom. The laptop / water bladder holder. Now, I know a lot of people don't actually use water bladders anymore. Personally, I don't use them because they always seem to break. Yeah, I've bought some of those expensive ones, and still, we blow out a seam on the bottom and then your bag is soaked. So I just use water bottles when I'm hiking. Evergoods has determined that this is also a laptop sleeve. I can fit my 15-inch MacBook Pro in this sleeve, but it is very tight and it's kind of a struggle to cram it in there. So it does take some work. Now, the pocket itself is a nice 4-way stretch, so it feels pretty comfortable, but it offers zero protection for your computer because this was made as a water bladder sleeve and not a laptop sleeve, so that's just kind of an afterthought. So my simple solution is I keep a laptop sleeve inside the bag. I just leave one end unzipped so I can just easily put the laptop in, take the laptop out. Yes, this does take up some more space inside the bag, and that does suck, but it is padded, so now my laptop does have some protection, and because of this tapered design, it's almost as if I have a floating laptop sleeve, because this won't sit all the way down in the bottom of the bag, so when you set the bag on the ground, it's not the first thing to hit the floor.
Which is always a good thing because you do not want to damage that expensive computer.
Now, a couple of neutral points to note. If you're going to single arm sling this bag because you're going to, say, run from the car to the office because this is your EDC and you're not out mountaineering and you want to just throw it over one shoulder, the other strap is going to have a tendency to flip in and be bulky because of those little wing pockets at the bottom. Now, this is going to make the bag a little bit uncomfortable to wear. You're going to have a little bit of bulk pressing right against the small of your back. Now, this isn't a deal breaker, but it's a point of note. The inside mesh pocket versus the front pocket. Now, they both seem to be fighting for the same amount of space. Yes, the outside pocket does have a bit of dimension, so it does expand out, but if you put a lot of stuff in there, it will be pushing against the inside of the bag, taking up a little bit of that space on that narrow zipper mesh pocket that's on the front panel of the bag.
And there we have it. Those are the negatives of the bag. Nothing overwhelming or a showstopper. Everything, minus the lack of a water bottle sleeve on the outside of the bag, is pretty good, pretty solid. Nothing really stops you from getting the bag, taking a look at this bag, and playing with it. Now we're going to go ahead and start with the positives, and just like the negatives, we're going to start with the outside of the bag and work our way in.
The top grab handle. It has an aluminum stay as well as a side handle. This aluminum stay helps keep the shape and allows for easy grab access. It could be a bit uncomfortable if you have a heavy load due to the aluminum, but for a quick grab or a seat pass, it's very easy to access. I've done this with bare hands and thin gloves, and I can always easily slide my hand in there and grab the handles with no issues. The shoulder straps. Now, they are very comfortable. They fit and feel good over a shirt, over a midweight jacket, and over a heavyweight jacket. Now, the materials, as we mentioned earlier, it's a 420D HT nylon with PU coating. Mine, again, is the standard gray, so you can't see all that lint and Oliver's hair because when you have a black and white dog, that white dog hair sticks to everything black and it never looks black again. Now, I'm pretty stoked on this material. I've never actually had another bag with this 420D with the PU coating. It feels great. It doesn't feel abrasive, but it does feel durable, and the PU coating works well in the rain and the snow. Outside odds and ends. The compression straps have elastic keepers on the end, which is really great to help them keep you out of dangle danger, but I do wish they put these same elastic keepers on the hip belt when not in use. It does come with loops for trekking poles, which is nice if you're going to use this as a hiking or mountaineering bag. The top quick access pocket is back-to-back with the inside top pocket, but they do not share the same space. The outside pocket has ample space that it does not take up any of that internal space of the other pocket. But there is a point of note here. If you put anything heavy in either of these top pockets, when you're unzipping the bag, it will have a tendency to pull the top panel down. Okay, the front pocket of the bag. I love these quick access pockets. They're great for a lot of things like a journal, a tech pouch, a rain jacket, a squib. I generally keep some paperwork in here and a notepad, but hey, I'm a bit antiquated and I like paper. Now let's dig into the inside of the bag. The laptop water bottle sleeve isn't so hot for a laptop, but I found a better use for it. I use this to hold a magazine or one of my smaller, thinner notebooks. It would also work great if you do have to carry any type of paperwork, say A4 size folders. It would fit perfectly in here and it would give you some rigidity with the back panel sheet so you're not going to bend your paperwork in half. The front zipper pocket, it runs down the majority of the front panel and it has a side zipper access. It does taper a bit at the bottom. I've tried keeping things like a battery bank in here, but that did seem a bit bulky, so now I've taken to keeping my travel journal in here, which I only really access every once in a while when I visit a new place so I can take notes of what I like, what I don't like, if I should never go back there again, or if I want to move here in the future because it's that wonderful of a place. The taper design. Now we talked about this a little earlier, and at first I wasn't a big fan of it because I've always used more square-shaped bags. But now that I've been wearing it for a while, I really dig it. It feels and fits great, and I've worn this for a couple hours walking around the mall, and yeah, I didn't get too sweaty. It was great, it was comfortable. I kind of forgot I had it on my back for a while. The way I've been personally loading out this bag because of the taper design is I take my battery bank, I put that all the way at the bottom. It fits pretty perfectly the length of the bag. I'll also keep things like a winter hat and a buff in here as well. If I'm not wearing it, I push them to the bottom because then they're still in the bag, but they're in that tapered bottom, so they're still kind of out of the way. And with those things on the bottom, I'm kind of hitting where the bag kind of squares out a bit so I can keep things like my tech pouch with my external hard drive and everything for my computer, like the power supply. I can keep my other journal in there. I can keep any odds and ends I need for the day in there. I'll throw my water bottle in here, or anything really that I need for that day that I need to carry to work or to a shoot. The bag has taken everything I can throw at it, and I've had plenty of space to either put everything inside or strap it to the outside of the bag.
And that is it. That is my real use review of the Evergoods MPL30 bag. Overall, I'm satisfied with this bag. Yeah, there's a few things that I would love to see change in a V2, namely that water bottle pocket. I would love to see that change. I don't see why bags that could have that don't have that. It's really almost a necessity these days. Everyone carries a bottle of water with them. I would like it to be easily accessible, not inside my bag, especially if I got my computer in there. Don't want to have liquids mixed with computers. But if you like this video or any of the videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button, ring that bell right next to it so you get a notification next time I post a brand new video. Good night.